All right, the time has finally come to start tackling these floors. As you've seen in previous videos, we have this type of flooring, this type of flooring, this type of flooring. None of it is even, but we've decided, well, I've decided to start in this room right here, which I can take up the flooring, close the door, pretty much figure out what I'm gonna do. But behind this door is our storage area. You know that place in your house where you close the door when company comes over and you don't let them in the attic, or you don't let them in the garage? Yeah, that's what's going on back here. So we're gonna turn the camera off, clean up this horrible storage area. Then I don't know if by the end of today, or maybe the next time I come back around, is we'll have a nice empty room that I can start taking up the flooring. So here we go.
Oh, we can see the floor. That's exciting.
Mom?
What?
I dragged a box through there. I'm like, what is this stuff on?
Isn't that crazy? That's the craziest spot right there.
Room is now empty. So let's revisit. Look at these horrible floors. And I've never done anything like this before. Hannah's a wee bit nervous, but I have the theoretical knowledge of how to do all this. So let's see if I can turn that into the practical knowledge. Alright, I've watched a couple videos about how to level out floors. So the game plan is, in case you're curious, in case the whole house comes collapsing down on me, which I don't think it's gonna happen, is obviously right now our joists are bowed down between my walls. So I'm gonna remove the subfloor, and then we're gonna do what's called sistering a joist, where you take a new piece of wood and you level it across. Obviously that's a pretty extreme example, but you screw it in, and then this will level out your floor, and that's what you put down your new floor on. So as long as all of these are level with each other, which is the tricky part, you'll have a nice new level floor. And then because everything's so old, I need to see how these joists on the side are looking, but I think regardless, I'm gonna put a little extra support in the middle. I'm just gonna get like a little block to lay it on. Also, the ground underneath here doesn't have any plastic down, so after I open this up, I'm gonna lay plastic down across all of this so that any moisture down there doesn't seep up, because you can kind of smell it, especially after it rains. It smells like a wet crawl space. So plastic, sister joists, extra support, make sure all this is good. And if you remember from our demo video in the other room, one of these areas definitely need a reinforcement. So after I take off, especially this wall right here where it dips down, I want to see how the supports underneath this wall look. And if I need to do any extra reinforcement, well, now's the time. So anyway, that's the plan. First board up. Got the first board up, but whatever's on the underside of this, I am not digging. We think it's just like fungus, hoping it's not mold, although some of that white is probably mold. So I had been kind of thinking like, oh, I'm gonna save these boards and repurpose them, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think they're just all gonna end up getting tossed. So I'm gonna close the door, grab the old just in case, and get this floor out here. It does make it a little easier because I don't have to worry about saving it, but it is still kind of a shame. Okay, here's the list of issues that I have found. Some of these are crumbling just a little bit. Some of these are not supported. I need to put some bracing back on there. This is bowing, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do about supporting that, getting it stronger. Got ductwork that leads. I've got ductwork that leads to nowhere. So get these nails up, all sorts of fun stuff, but not too bad for the first day's work. I'm going to try to fix that sagging joist. So I'm going to build my own little LVL here. I've got some liquid nails, I've got some bolts, I've got lots of screws, I've got some nails. I got all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm going to put this together in a nice one big long piece, and then we're going to go from there. Okay, my homemade, I'll call it a LVL, it's not an LVL, but my homemade support beam, I'm pretty happy with it. So we'll let these nails dry up, I'm not ready to put it in anyway, and come back when we're ready for it. Alright, so back to balancing on these beams. Gotta get this wood out of here. Last time I was in here, pretty sure I said something about potential mold. So I got some spray. I've also got to get all these nails out of the top of my joists. And then I've got to figure out what to do with that black piece, because basically right in the middle, right about there, is where I want my 10-foot support that I just created to go. So that's gonna be fun. Alright, so I definitely noticed a lot more after I got these nails out and dusted things off. We are absolutely sloping right here. So this room's about 15 feet across. So I measured about 7.5, And I think what we're gonna do as far as that 10-foot beam is from the second joist in to a little bit past this wall is 10 feet. So I think I'm gonna try to get the LVL to support across this whole span right here. So I don't know if you can see it, that little black mark. That's about the halfway point. So I'm gonna take up some of these boards so I can see what's going on under there, see about this duct work. But then I'm gonna get my foundation in the one corner and my foundation in the other. And we're gonna raise the whole thing up. And then go from there, yeah? So lots of talking, but it kind of helps me think out loud as to the best course of plan, the best course of action. Years of accumulated dust and debris, dog hair.
Wait, that's locked here?
It smells nice. Okay, decision's been made. Something I've been wanting to do since we moved in here. Get rid of all this ductwork because look at this mess. And I think we are gonna install radiant floor heating. So excited about that. I got off the phone with a company that I think we're gonna order from. So I'm not gonna go crazy, but I'll be able to get this stuff out of the way. Beam coming across right here. Lift up this wall, this part of the step, that wall. Just re-support everything. Be a good thing indeed.